Right now, without any further delay, with 25 plus years of experience, Jason Palliser has perfected the front end of real estate investment. His 2-day investment blueprint delivers over 30 direct response off-market funnels to take over markets across America. The blueprint has produced thousands of homes in over 138 markets for hedge fund level companies. He sold a multi-million-dollar real estate investment automation company that is still used today by some of the largest real estate education companies in the country. Systems, automation, and the sharpest lead generation techniques without needing a big budget are his specialty. Having trained over 25,000 investors to date for some of the biggest real estate investment training companies and TV shows, he knows where to plug the gaps in any investor's business that his consulting company touches. Process and systems win the game, and his blueprint delivers both. Outside real estate, he enjoys his Florida home with his lovely bride, Jessica, along with his daughters, Sydney and Eva. He loves traveling as much as he can. Thailand is his favorite place to visit, and eventual retirement spot. Other interests are basically anything active outdoors, music creation, and of course, helping others. Please welcome to the virtual stage my very good friend, Jason Palliser. Jason, the stage is yours.
Well, thank you. I'm happy to be here, and thanks for the nice welcome. So, as you said, I'm just going to get right into it, folks. What I want to do is just talk to you a little bit about running a 21st century business, right? So, what I found over the years is this. So, doing it for all these larger entities and companies, there's some common denominators that I want to talk about with everybody here. So there's certain things that need to be woven into the fabric of what you do on a daily basis to make sure that you can grow your business as big as you want it to grow in the 21st century. So yes, I get hired to do tons of off-market properties, but it's easy to say, and why I'm here is this. It's easy to say that, and when you've reached that level to where you can hit the benchmarks that these companies put in front of you, which is what I'm hired to do. But I want to kind of pull back the curtain, though, and talk about what are the things that actually need to be done to make those things happen that are important in today's world. So as mentioned, my favorite thing is logistics and systems and process. So one thing that I would tell everybody to do is take a note on this. Whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you work at a company, whether you're looking to go out on your own, no matter where you're at in your life cycle of your business career, there's some things that we can do to put operations in place to make your life easier. And so I always talk in terms first of working with other people, because whether you're working with people now or you're getting ready to kick off a business or you have one, or if you're a one-man, one-woman band, whatever it may be, one of the ways to leverage and grow your business is working with others, right? So I want to start by talking about that, because there's no way that one individual could average 30, 40, 50 homes a month, right? So I have help, but there's certain things that need to be in place to make sure that we are all working together as a cohesive unit, right? So what I want you to write down is this. One of the biggest things that we do when we get our hands on a company, because we help companies grow across the United States, is that we ask them, what's something that you do 5 times a week or 10 times a month, easy? Any of those things that you mentioned, and we do a little exercise where you spend 5 to 10 minutes just laying out what are all the conceivable things that need to happen to make your business run, right? And so once we've written those things down, what we do is we work in reverse, to solve logistics, right? So if there's anything that you do as the first big item that we want to put in place and weave into the fabric of your business, is that I need you to take those things that you do on a consistent basis over and over and over. And what I want you to do is create a fast email folder, meaning this. It's a folder where you send yourself the same emails and workflows that you do over and over and over, so that somebody else can reproduce those efforts for you. So what we do, as an example, in the space that I operate most of the time, I have people all across America that we help grow their business and get off-market properties at the highest levels. and we write contract after contract after contract. So we do that multiple times a month. Sometimes, depending on who we're working with, 50 to 100, 150 times a month. So the last thing that I want to do is sit down and train someone over and over and over as we grow and add more people to the team across America and show them how to write a contract. So what I need you to know and understand, whatever the workflow is for your business, anything that you do multiple times over, what I would do is shoot a video on whatever that is, such as, hey, here's how we write the contract. First, we put this here, then we do this second. Here's the title company that we send it to, and we create that video, how to write and deliver a contract, right? And then what we do is we email that to ourselves and say, hey, here's how to write the contract every time, and here's where to deliver it every time. And then it's in a fast email folder. So these are things that we do over and over and over that we don't want to waste time from the top down having to retrain somebody, or if somebody forgot one thing. Now it's not dependent on you. Now the business can run without you. So right out of the gate, one thing that I would like for you to do and take notes on is that create a fast email folder, email yourself, and also shoot a video on whatever that item is. So now in perpetuity, forever, somebody else can step in, watch the video, do it right. If they forget anything, they can watch, pause, stop, make sure that it's done right. And now when you're bringing people onto the team, you don't have to sit down and, because your time is valuable, right? You don't have to sit and slow down to teach individuals. They can actually just receive an email from you, watch a video on how it's done, and have a quick 2-minute conversation so that you know that it's done right. And again, as you grow and you live your best life and run your business, you may not be available 24/7. Now you don't have to worry about or have any heartburn, because the things that happen over and over in your business are buttoned up so unbelievably well that it can run without you. So that's one of the things that we do to make sure that things are done right out of the gate. A few other things from a productivity standpoint and working together well with the people that you work with as you start to grow your business is we like to tell everybody that comes on board that our number one item is this. We tell them, hey, look, we're going to put in front of you for your job description, X, Y, Z. These are things that you need to do on a daily basis. And we lay out our expectations and what they should be doing. But we tell them, above all of those other things that we put in front of you to work together well as a team, the number one thing that we have them do at the end of each day is send a daily check-in email. There's several reasons why we do this, so I'm going to break that down for you. So what you want to do is have them say it's the highest priority. Say, I don't care if you don't do anything that business day related to what your normal job responsibilities are. This one's the highest priority. So if you don't get anything else done, I want this. So what you tell them is that you want a daily check-in email from them. There's several reasons for that. Okay, so here's what that daily check-in email should look like, and tell them, hey, it should take you 1 minute. You don't have to overthink this. It'll take you 1 minute. Shoot us an email, and what we want is what you did that day, according to you, what is working well, and anything that you feel like you need help on, clarification on, a refresher, anything that you think isn't running the best and you need help with, then we need to know at the end of each day. And so what you tell them is that, hey, look, it'll take you 1 minute to send this email. I don't care if you quit 10 minutes early each day just to get this one task done. It takes you 1 minute. Leave a little early, miss some traffic, and have a safe ride home. But it's our highest priority. Now, here's why we do that. Okay, so think about this. Here's the reason we do that. Because imagine a world where you set protocols in place, which is just a daily check-in, end-of-day email that lets you know exactly what they did that day, instead of just assuming that they got everything done. Now you know. So that's check-in level number one. Number two, what's working well? So you start to develop and see the people that you start working with to grow your business. What are they doing well? What do they like? Because you want to keep people that you work with in a space of doing things that they like. And then what don't they like? What's not working well? And what they may need help with. The reason for that is multifold. Okay, one, now you know what they like. You can keep them shining in that space. That's just a smart move on your part as a business owner, to organically start to filter people into the spots that they shine best. It's a very smart move on your part. But then the last part of that is what's not working well. You want to know what's not working well according to them, because quite frankly, it could add a bunch of zeros to your bottom line at the end of the year, because maybe they don't understand a certain thing and you think it should be easy for everybody to get and grasp. Now all of a sudden you see that it's something that they're struggling with that you can solve, and maybe everyone else in your organization feels the same way. It's a way to find out real time where there may be cracks in the dam that you need to seal so that you don't have a full-blown flood in your business and watch money flow out the door or productivity plummet, right? So that's what the daily check-in email is for. It's my favorite thing to do over the last 23 years in the real estate investment space, 26 years in the investment banking space. I would say easily for the last 20 years, once I adopted that policy, we make more money. Everybody works well in the office, like a well-oiled machine, versus before it was just checking in every so often. It's because we put standard procedures in place and standard operating procedures to make sure that happens. Now, the backside of that is this. So listen up and pay attention to this. From time to time, as you grow your business, people are in the wrong job description role, or they just find out that they don't like certain things. And even though it may be a part of their job description, they're not performing well, whatever it may be. Here's the importance of the daily check-in email, because you establish with them from day one that it's the most important thing. I don't care if you don't get anything done that day. Sit around all day and tell me I didn't get anything done today. Tell me what's working well, and then tell me what's not. So they probably chime in and say, I didn't get anything done because of X, Y, Z. But here's the other reason this is important. Whenever somebody isn't performing where they should perform, and you're not sure if they're a good fit or not, and there may be pushback back and forth. Well, I'm not getting this that I need, that I need. Here's why the daily check-in emails are so powerful. If you feel like somebody's not performing the way they should perform, and you need to have a conversation with them, let's just say that they're every end of day check-in email that they send, they don't say they need help with anything. So when you come back and say, hey, look, I don't think that something's running right here. Can I help you with something? And we're not hitting the benchmarks that we need to hit. Things aren't getting done the way that we talked about for your job description. If they start complaining about anything in that meeting, but they've never once raised their hand to say something wasn't working well, now all of a sudden when you feel like they're not a fit and maybe you need to part ways, they don't have a leg to stand on. So I hope that makes sense to you as you're taking notes here. The daily check-in email is to help find where people shine the best, come in and help them where they say they need help, and you should be ready, willing, and able to jump in and help them, because that's the whole reason they're working with you, is to work together well as a team. But you need to know real time what's not working. Otherwise, if you just do a check-in once a month or whatever, casual, and it's not a standard practice, then productivity could just literally fly out the window, and then all of a sudden down the road, you're not hitting what you want to hit from a profitability standpoint, productivity standpoint, and it could have been avoided by doing a daily check-in email. So there's several reasons for it: to put people in the right spot, to find out where people need help, because you should be ready, willing, and able to help them. And if things aren't working out and productivity isn't there, it's the basis, because now you have a daily check-in. It's the basis to have a real conversation versus, well, I didn't get help with this, or I didn't get help with that. It kind of eliminates all of that. And because what you'll find is this, and again, it's an organic way to have very straightforward conversations with people, and also weed out, for lack of a better word, weed out bad apples that really just aren't a fit for your organization. It may be a wonderful person, but they're just not a fit, right? And so here's what you'll find will happen. Is that right out of the gate, people will send the daily check-in email. Remember, you established it was the most important, right? And then what happens is, as weeks go by, month, 2 months, they're doing their job, they're getting their rhythm, they stop sending the daily check-in emails. And so later on down the road, when you feel like things aren't working, or you need to get to the bottom of something and maybe go a different direction with that person, it's really hard for them to create some sort of argument that they're not getting the help they need when they simply aren't even raising their hand or doing the number one thing that you said was the most important at the end of each day. You will find people will stop sending that daily check-in email. And when that happens, what I found over years and years and years in sample sizes and organizations big and small, the ones that can't do that one simple task or start to wane on that daily end of day task are the ones that usually aren't the most productive, usually the ones that end up leaving for whatever reason, or the ones that bring down company morale, or simply just aren't cutting the mustard and you need to part ways. But it's a very easy way to document where they shine, where they need help, and if you need to part ways, you have some collateral behind you to justify why that is. So it's a big thing that we do. It's something that we make sure is a part of our organizations, at big organizations, small organization. It's the very first thing that we go over once we lay out job descriptions for everybody. Now, to kind of start to draw a close to a little bit of this, here's the other thing that I want to talk to you about. We live in the 21st century. You are a 21st century entrepreneur. If you're here, you either are an entrepreneur or you want to be an entrepreneur, right? You're running your business. So since we're in the 21st century, I always laugh and joke at all these places that I do workshops, give a speech on, just like here. And I always tell everybody, are you just going to, as a business practice, as the CEO of your company, just going to go ahead and ignore the 21st century, ignore technology, ignore connecting with everybody? So, and I'll just speak in terms of an example of like Facebook. Okay. So what I need you to understand, all the way down to real estate, by the way, we grab house after house after house off of Facebook and off of Google and all these different ways on these top websites in the world. So what I need you to understand and write down is Facebook's the number 2 website in the world. You should dominate it. So how do we do that, right? So no matter what your business is, you need to be visible in today's world. People need to be able to search and find you. So what I like to tell everybody is that you need to be user friendly. And so one of the fastest ways to grow your business and bleed out into the marketplace is what I tell entrepreneurs is be shareable, meaning put good content out there for your business. Create a Facebook business page. Register your biggest business on Google. If you haven't done that yet, you need to do this as soon as you're done listening to this talk. All you need to do is go to Google and type in Google My Business and hit search, and then register your business. Google's the number 1 website in the world because they collect information. They want your information. They reward you for doing that. So when people start searching, you show up, right? And so make it easy for people to do business with you, find you, register your business, get reviews, create a Facebook page, but also put out some good content so that people can share it. And so as I start to draw this to a close, talking about how we run a 21st century business and put things in place to make sure that you grow and make sure that you have a good, strong organization that knows real time what's working, what's not working. One of the biggest tips on being shareable is this. Like I said, you need to be all over Facebook for sure and some of the other social platforms, but on Google, you need to register your business. And so here's a tip for you, okay? Here's a tip or a hack. So pay attention and take notes on this. Let's just say that you're a pizzeria. So in a particular city, let's just say New York, and you own a pizza restaurant. I want you to go to Google My Business and register your business so that when people search for pizza, they can find you. But here's a hack, so pay attention. When you go to register your business on Google, it's the easiest test you'll ever take. All you do is answer questions. When it asks for your phone number, put in your phone number. When it asks for your website, put in your website, whatever it is. NewYorkSliceOfPizza.com, whatever it is. At the very end, it's going to ask you for an address so that they can send you a postcard with a code on it and finalize registering your business. So you're going to put in an address, not a P.O. box, a physical address that you can get that postcard. Then you go back to Google My Business, click, it'll say pending, put your code in and you're registered. But listen to me, when it asks for your company name, listen intently. And I think you'll know as soon as I say why you do it. Instead of putting New York Slice of Pizza as the name of your business, that's not how people type. So if you want to use the number 1 website in the world to your advantage, Might it be in your best interest? Remember, you already know all the answers to the test. Phone number, got that. Website, got that, right? Are you open 7 days a week? Yes, I am. You answer all the questions, you can be done in 3 minutes. But when it asks for your company name, don't put your company name. What you want to do is use your fingers and type in best pizza in New York. Because when you register, remember, they got your phone number, they got your website so they can look at your menu, order food, see who you are, see your address, all this other stuff. But you're registered as a perfect match of what people type. When you go to Google and type in unicorns, what happens? Unicorns show up. So imagine a world where people show up in New York and type in best pizza in New York, and you've registered your business on Google as best pizza in New York. What do you think is going to happen? You're going to show up. Just like the stuff we do across America for real estate. We don't put in Allied Property Group because if somebody needs to sell their house fast, they don't go, gosh, I need to sell my house fast. I'm going to type on Google Allied Property Group. They say, sell my house fast, St. Louis. Sell my house fast, St. Petersburg, Florida, where I'm at right now. Sell my house fast, Orlando. So we'll register our business on Google as sell my house fast, Orlando. When somebody types in sell my house fast, Orlando, and they search, Google says, wow, there's a perfect match. We show up first. People pay $5 to 10 grand a month to show up on that first page when people search. I'm just teaching you to give you the best possible opportunity in the 21st century to show up there organically and get tons and tons of clients. So these are some of the things that I need you to be thinking about to run a 21st century business, run it the right way, be productive, get real-time feedback by the way you've built out how you operate your business, and go dominate whatever city, whatever market, whatever niche that you're looking to dominate.